Hello everyone, Weeblord the Third here again, and welcome back to Let's Play Pikmin 2. In the last episode, we finished off the main game, and, we had a very nice cutscene and everything. It was very touching and all that stuff. This episode, we're going to be starting off Challenge Mode. As you can see, I have already played through the first 5 stages of this mode. That was more just a practice thing to see how recording would go, and, just to work stuff out, so... But... before I start, challenge mode. If you look to the side, you have a predetermined amount of Pikmin. For the first stage, obviously, we have 50 Pikmin. We have 2 bitter sprays, 2 spicy sprays, and there's 2 floors. This mode, as you can see here, is 2-player. If you have someone you can play it with, I would highly suggest that you get a second person to play with you. You can get a lot higher scores with that second person than you can with just being by yourself. Now, my Wiimote is still being a bitch, and good to see some things never change. Now, your aim for this particular mode is to get all of the treasure within the certain amount of time that you're given. I believe it was 100 seconds for this stage. I didn't actually look up there. You may notice at the top of the screen we have a treasure counter that is always there, and we have ourselves a Pikmin death counter. If you want to unlock the secret cutscene that exposes so many deep and important plot details about this game, you want to get through every single floor in a particular level without losing any Pikmin. And a hole that continues deeper underground has opened. Journey deeper for more treasure. That is the only time I'll be reading that, because every time you get the key, which I forgot to mention is the key to unlocking the exit and eventual... exit. To the well, technically to the cave. To the mission that you're doing. Some of these missions do get pretty damn difficult later on. Some of them go on for like at least 10 floors. This is obviously the first one, so it's very short. But it's... yeah. Also, if you find any... Oh, that's not what I was going to say, but I'll take that. The glitch does still work in here, but it's not usually worth it unless it's one of the really long floors. You usually get... yeah, and... wow, okay, this game is still being generous again. Okay. What's going on? I'm supposed to be getting nectar out of these. If you get yourself some nectar, which I seem to be completely incapable of, getting right now. God, I've completely lost my train of thought now. Thank you game, for being generous when I really didn't need it. If you've got yourself some nectar handy, make sure you flower all of your Pikmin. It'll greatly help your speed. Now, the time limit. You may have noticed it went up when we started this floor. I would highly recommend that if you find yourself at the point... Nectar, I want that. If you find yourself at the point where you don't think you're going to be able to get through in time, just to abandon your trip through the level. And I forgot to read out what he said then. Oh well, it's not too important. I've completely lost. This is the second time I've had to try to record this. First time, Audacity decided to default to my headset microphone, which is trash. So... you know. These geysers, you need to bust them down with your Pikmin. It's not too big of a deal right now, because we got a big squad and I can power them up, because, this game gave me a whole bunch of sprays I didn't really need. But, yeah. Also, if there's any, video glitches in this episode, I apologize for it. I've tried switching over to software encoding instead of hardware encoding, so basically getting my CPU instead of my GPU to encode the footage from my Elgato. I'm not entirely sure how the decoder works, because I've set both of them to software. So if there's any little bugs or anything like that, I apologize for that, and just let me know and I'll fix it. But considering I have a Ryzen 8-core CPU, I'm hoping that there won't be any issues, and software encoding, for anyone who doesn't know, is usually a hell of a lot better than hardware encoding, so, you know, just a better video quality overall. This floor, this cave, this mission. You start off with white Pikmin, and there are three, I believe, yeah, 3 purple flowers. I would suggest not using one of them. Use 2 of them, get yourself 10 purples. But I would suggest afterwards leaving the fourth one, the third one. The next floor is kind of annoying because there's a lot of treasures that are actually buried. So, you know, just do what you want, but I would highly suggest not doing it. Get your purples to start carrying back the treasure for you, because there are these guys. Get your purples to start carrying that treasure for you. I would highly suggest getting all of your Pikmin flowered up as soon as you possibly can. Which is generally pretty easy on this floor, because there's a lot of... Oop, I want that. Get you to you, get you. There we go. That's what I wanted it for. That little stink... Oh, I've forgotten his name already. Sorry, it's been a little while since I've recorded anything to do with Pikmin, so... I'll get yous onto you. There we go. And I didn't think that through properly. And... the key's there. If you're on a time budget, you're on a mission where there's not a lot of time, I'd always suggest just going for the key first. It's generally the best thing that you can do for getting yourself a good time. This is something that I really would have liked them to update with the new play version of the game. They had themselves the opportunity with the hardware for the Wii of having what was I gonna say? Of having world leaderboards that they could have used. But for some reason, that's not a thing. I honestly don't know why, because... Sorry. I don't know why that's not a thing, because Nintendo is usually pretty good with having that, you know, having leaderboards and that in comparisons. So I just don't understand why they didn't do it. They brought the game over to Wii, but... well, Pikmin 3 had it. Which we'll see when I finally get to Pikmin 3. Which is a freaking good game, by the way. Anyone who owns a Wii U and doesn't have the 3rd iteration of Pikmin, even if you're not that big of a fan of the first 2, I'd suggest picking it up. Pikmin 3 is a hell of a lot more streamlined than 1 and 2 is. You can send captains to do their own thing, and it's great. It saves you so much time, and you can speedrun the hell out of that game. Pikmin 3 is made for speedrunning. May notice out there, we have ourselves a Puffy Blowhog. That is the only enemy in this cave. Apart from these guys, if you count them. Yep. So, I'll just take down you real quick, so I can... This guy obviously has the key, for anyone who somehow didn't realise that. Go on, stunt. Oh, really? That would have been so much more convenient if I got the stun off then. I'll get the 3 on that. Actually, I don't really need 3 on you, do I? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I'll leave these there to do that. Come over here. Come on, there's only so much time. This is a very forgiving first mission. You have plenty of time to do everything. And there's usually... There we go, there's you. That'd be good for my nectar, but... Sure. Let's drag you through there. Now, there's a 3rd one of them, I'm pretty sure. I'll take it. I'll get used to on that. Get you two on that. I'll get used to start bringing that back to the ship. And by that I mean digging it out of the ground. Use a finished there. How many have I got? 9. I need one more. Oh, that's convenient. That's convenient right there. Power use up. Get used to start taking back this here coin. Because you'll go at the speed of sound. You're all good. So from this point out, there's a lot of dead space in these challenge missions. So I'm probably going to either speed that up, put some music on, hope I don't get copyright claimed. I'm going to start using royalty-free music in that section because I'm kind of nervous now doing anything with Nintendo's music, which is kind of weird to say since I'm playing a Nintendo game, but yeah, I've already got copyright strike once. I don't want it to happen again. Not copyright strike, copyright claimed. There's a difference. One thing I forgot to mention before is that you have the option of using your 5-man knapsack. You don't have anything else from your kit, I believe, because you can still take damage from elements. I believe you don't have your crush guard or anything like that. There is still something else on this floor. If you hear the sort of powering down sound from the treasure gauge, that's when you know that you've completely finished everything in the floor. That's the only way of telling. There you go. Let's get all of you to start taking this stack. It's worth. These things are like worth 1 poker, I believe. So they're not worth taking back, but I might as well. Wow, look how fast that white Pikmin's carrying that back. Come on, we're wasting time. That's still not it. What the hell have I missed? Why do I get the feeling there's another beetle under the ground somewhere? I feel like there's a regular flint beetle under the ground somewhere. And it's just sort of happened to have missed my grasp. No, 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 no. Where the freaking hell am I missing? Where is it? Oh my god, there's another underground treasure. I hate this cave. I just discovered that I don't like this floor. Hey, I got my high score. How? Somehow. I beat it by 33. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Oh, this one. This particular... I still don't know what to call these. I'm just gonna call them missions. This particular mission, I would highly suggest not really going for the treasures that much. I know you have 100 yellows, which is weird. I would have preferred them to give you 100 reds, because 100 reds is always a good thing. But the next floor, the boss, well, the sort of boss of the cave is a orange warborb, and it's really annoying. Thankfully, you do have your sprays, but you can't. It's really easy to lose a Pikmin on this floor if you don't use your spray, and when that happens, it's just the worst. Hey, speaking of sprays, I am fine with that. I wasn't actually going to use any on this floor, but that's alright. I feel like my commentary just evolves into rambling most of the time, and I apologise. I mean, it's probably not going to change anytime soon, but I'm sorry. Come on, beat him to death, beat him to death! How did that not end badly? It's also impossible to judge your aim in that. I just remembered I can do that. God damn it. Well, I just wasted my spray. This is gonna be fun. At least I have that extra spray from when I get to that freaking bull bear. And I probably want to flank him, don't I? I want to channel my inner Genji. Here we go, brought you away. Charge! Less of a charge and more of a aerial bombing. Come on. Don't have to go through the stage again, which is nice, but if you don't have any losses, you'll get a purple flower like I did in the last stage, in the stage before. If you do lose Pikmin, you will get yourself a... what colour is it? Oh, it's a white flower, a regular white flower for a white Pikmin. Getting that means that you won't be able to unlock the cutscene until you get all of the purple flowers. So any floors that you lose Pikmin on, you have to repeat at some point. It's annoying, but what are you gonna do? If you just want to go get the cutscene, it's perfectly viable to come through, just beat everything on the floor that you actually have to, get the key back, and then go straight to the end of the cave. So if you want to do that, that's perfectly fine. But, you know, I've got to do all this for the camera. This commentary is fucking atrocious. I apologize. I'm not in the game today. Oh my god, I forgot the coin. Well, that's gonna completely fuck up my score now. What am I missing? Oh, bloody ring. Oh, I got a spray now, so I at least get that back pretty quickly. My time has gone to shit, and I apologize. Beat my score by 30. Wait, no, 37. What is math? How do I even math? Oh, this one. This is a very nice one, because this is a very short one, so if I screw this up, I get to repeat it very quickly. These one-stage floors are actually my favourite ones, and I don't know why. I think it may be just because they're so short that you can actually very quickly just sort of go through the stage again and completely get everything done as quickly as you want. But anyways, blue Pikmin. Yeah, nothing of any note on this particular stage. It's just really fun. This sort of lull that we have right now might be a good time for me to mention. These stages are actually randomized, and obviously you can have more than one you can have more than one variation of this particular area. There is generally the same sort of elements in all of these, like in the regular floors. They're a lot more consistent than the actual game, though. You always, as far as I know, don't hold me to this 100%, and... anyways. Oh, I think I have to go for the stage again, but that's beside the point right now. Thankfully, the area will always have the same amount of enemies and everything, so you won't just get a random, completely Where's the other Pikmin that I have? Was that you? I wonder if that was him. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea what I was talking about now. This commentary's gone to shit real quick. These things really did take a step down from Pikmin 1, didn't they? I kind of feel bad for him. You'll find that little group. What are you guys doing? Come on, come on. There you goes. Wiimote, why? I don't like this cave. Mission, whatever you want to call it. I really need to start with my own terminology. We have ourselves some Boldman. Everybody loves Boldman. Suggestion, take down one, get the other, use your Boldman to kill him as well. No. I just made the next mission so much harder. Next floor. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Alright. You don't have a lot of time on this particular floor, so be careful with that. As I mentioned before, if you feel like you're not doing well on a run, just restart it. You don't get penalized for anything, so you might as well just try again. Also, if you're at the very start of a long cave and you kind of screw something up, like you lose a Pikmin or something like that, just restart it then as well, because you'll save yourself so much time doing that. And is that everything? I think that's new. There's that random crystal, isn't there? Yeah, the salt crystal. If you can get through that last floor without having to use any of your sprays, other than the spicy one, because that's generally better off to use on that floor than this one, because it's slightly larger and more open plan, but I would highly suggest, you know, keeping your bitter spray, because we have to fight ourselves a fiery blowhog. Take out the little guy here first, before things get weird. Go through, get you to wake up. And things got weird. Only there's one Pikmin in that. I'm fine with that, actually. Thankfully, I don't have to go through this cave again, because, you know, the power of magical editing. What is English? So that's the first 5 levels of challenge mode done, so I'm going to be doing the rest of these as most likely uncommentated videos, because there's really not that much to talk about. They're just sort of challenge mode missions, which makes sense because this is challenge mode. Some of them are pretty hard, some of them are piss poor easy, but, you know, I'll probably do 5 an episode, so just come and enjoy that. But until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.